So Nvidia has its tentacles into many of our innovation platforms. So artificial intelligence, absolutely essential to have GPUs for the training side of that. Autonomous vehicles, GPUs, graphic processing units, are going to be the brains of autonomous units. Genomic research, Nvidia is critical to doing genomic research. So it's reaching into not just gaming, that PC gaming is how many people understand it, but it is really transforming our economy.
Nvidia, not as strong a chart as Netflix, but certainly looks solid. Let's use our Elliott model again. There's wave one, beautiful correction, a lot of nothingness in Nvidia for a while, wave two. Now we're inside of wave three. All I've done here at this target is take a distance traveled in the first trend wave, which is right here, project that up, equality or symmetry, what they call a measured move, that puts you up at $298. Again, colliding with that uptrending parallel channel. So you got a confluence of technical levels. Markets like to trade towards those levels. So you want to try to get up towards 300 in Nvidia.
It's right in the center of some of these tariffs, but if you look at the long-term outlook, even despite the short-term tariff outlook, you're still looking at a very strong outlook for demand. You're looking at the continuation of cloud computing, the Internet of Things, auto computing. All of those things are going to continue to build demand, and I think that's really what's been priced into these stocks. So while this is a short-term disruption, I would actually say, you know, maybe go for better priced growth. So something like Applied Materials, even though Matt Maley is pointing out that it looks more vulnerable on a technical basis, is actually probably one of the cheapest ways to get access at a vulnerable time right now to a longer term trend. So if you're willing to stay the course, this actually could be an interesting time to consider this.
They have caught and passed Intel when it comes to those key growth areas. And only Nvidia, I think, can give Advanced Micro a run first.
Wow, that's saying something.
Nvidia.
What I hear from my companies, they sound very good right now. And usually, at least from a fundamental standpoint, the semis are usually a leader with regard to the business cycle. And right now, they sound pretty good.
Your favorite's Nvidia?
It's one of the favorites, and I mean it's a good counter for Intel at this point, because Nvidia right now is doing very well in the data center space, specifically artificial intelligence. It's one of the areas that Intel just didn't establish leadership in.
I prefer to look at the newer chip companies like Nvidia, graphics chip leader in the AI space, which is really at the beginning. I mean, that's only in the first inning. I think Broadcom's in the ninth inning of their game.
There is a critical launch happening in the third quarter. I think a lot of people will be focused on that. I think they also want to know about just general trends in GPUs, and the company's been very forthright about guidance. They've never been overly aggressive, so hopefully they strike the right balance and shareholders hear what they want to hear. But that will determine whether or not this has a shot to break out into a new leg higher, or if it keeps consolidating.
I happen to like Nvidia very much. People didn't like the fact that I talk about my dog too much because I named my dog Nvidia. But they have a new chip out, and the chip is very fast. And I'm waiting for people to realize that Nvidia is not a play on crypto. I think crypto is going to be very bad for them this quarter, but they've immunized that. Now that people are going to say, wait a second, if it doesn't report a good number this week, it's going to be a double top, doesn't take out 269, and you have to short it. I would come back once again and say Nvidia is a company that has the fastest chips. Do you know that Musk put out this, he put up this note which said that it was on his conference call that the chips that Nvidia has, I love Nvidia, but his chips are 10 times faster. He was using the old chip. The new chip's 100 times faster. But it's not like Jensen Huang, whom I regard as a great visionary, and many people in the Valley regard him as a visionary. Jensen Huang's put together Nvidia, and what has he done? He's made it for gaming. He's made it for movies. He's made it for autonomous cars. He has the best chips and the fastest, and they run with less heat, which is what really matters.